And now we're going to go to George at Buckingham Palace. Hey, George.
Thanks, Mike. We're going to get the latest now on Princess Kate after that shocking announcement on Friday that she is being treated for cancer. Maggie Rulli is at Kensington Palace. That's about a mile behind me here in London. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, what we saw was a raw and vulnerable video from the princess, something we rarely see from the royal family. Now, that video has already been viewed more than 100 million times on X alone, and we understand that Kate actually wrote that statement herself. She wanted to speak to the public in her own words.
This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family.
This morning, after her shocking cancer revelation, the Princess of Wales saying she is enormously touched by the outpouring of support. Kensington Palace saying she and Prince William are extremely moved by the public's warmth and support and are grateful for the understanding of their request for privacy at this time.
As you can imagine, this has taken time.
The UK rallying behind its princess and support flooding in from around the world.
Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you.
It was that initial abdominal surgery that led to Kate's cancer diagnosis. She's now going through preventative chemotherapy. The princess timing her announcement with her 3 young children front of mind, telling the world her news as they began their Easter break.
It has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay.
Kate also turning to her father-in-law, the King, who is facing his own cancer diagnosis. The pair supporting each other through their health challenges. The King visiting Kate in the hospital when they both underwent their initial procedures and sharing lunch together the day before she publicly announced her diagnosis.
At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Now, we no longer expect to see Princess Kate or Prince William on Easter Sunday. And guys, as of right now, Kate's only expected to return to official royal duties when her doctors advise her to do so. George.
Okay, Maggie, thanks. I'm here with our royal contributor, Robert Jobson. Good to see you in person. Robert, let's talk first about the family, William and Kate. They've taken the kids out to the country. What do we know about how they're doing?
Well, it's the school holidays, and obviously, you know, that gives them a chance to sort of spend some time together. They're in Norfolk, near Sandringham Estate, Anmer Hall. Look, they just want a bit of privacy. It's a place where they can go out on their bikes on the estate, ride around, nobody will bother them. And that's exactly what they need at the moment, I think.
And we know that Kate timed the announcements for when the kids were out of school.
Yeah, it's been pretty well locked down, and she obviously did that video message then when she went and had lunch with the King, spoke about everything there, and then they disappeared up to the country, and then it hit the airways when we were all told in the media, and it just went around the world, by which time she's safely away.
You mentioned the King. We know that the King, and it appears that the King and Princess Kate bonded even more as they're both being treated for cancer in the hospital.
Yeah, but at that stage, of course, they didn't know they were being treated for cancer. They were both in there with different procedures, but apparently, you know, he obviously went and saw her when he went in, and then in a quiet moment went and had a chat with her when she was in her room. But then they had this lunch. I think this lunch just really shows you just how much they mean to each other, that they can sort of, they're both going through this. They're both stars of the royal family. They're very important central figures, and they're sharing this. I think that when she gave that, I think he spoke of her courage, which I think a lot of us agree with. And it certainly left you with a lump in the throat when she delivered that message. Because you just think of her not, you know, you can't forget the humanity here. She's a mum of 3 ultimately, and I think there's a lot resting on William at the moment.
So much pressure on William right now.
Yeah, so much. But I think, you know, this is a guy who's been through a lot. You know, he was only 15 when his mum died. We all remember those tragic pictures, really, of him walking behind her coffin. He's a strong guy. You know, he's somebody who I think can carry this weight on his shoulders. But, you know, there's a lot coming up. He's going to not only stand in for his dad, the King, when it's required. We've got the D-Day commemorations coming up, 80 years. And there's other things that he's going to step up to. And also, I think that you know, being a dad of 3 young kids is not easy either when we've got this going on with their mums. So yeah, a lot resting on him.
We know also that he's not a fan of the press, and there has been something of a backlash against the press, against social media here over the weekend, even those headlines about maybe China and Russia being behind some of this disinformation. What do you make of all that?
Well, you know, actually, William's not too bad when it comes to the mainstream media. I mean, you know, he's respectful of that as long as we respect his privacy. The online trolling has just got out of control in particularly the last 6 months. It's got completely mad. And some of the things being written about him, about his wife, well, they're just so ridiculous, so fanciful, it's not worth mentioning. And as for you know, we've even had one of the embassies have to issue a statement saying the king's alive after clear online tampering by the Russians. So, yeah, they sort of think is going on. It's a different world we live in. You just have to rise above it.
Robert Jobson, thanks as always. Guys?
All right, thank you, George.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.